Good day, ma'am. I am Marian Jane Bolo from BA Ed, FINMA COC. Our group leader decided the numbers of what we should explain or discuss with you. So, my number is question number 33 and 34. So, here is the question number 33. So, what type of rubric will you use when you want a quick snapshot of your students' achievements or performance and when you feel a single dimension is enough to define the quality of their performance? So, A. Analytic, B. General, C. Holistic, D. Task-specific rubric. My answer is, the correct answer is the general rubric. So, why general rubric? It is because the general criteria can be used in a variety of situations. So, this is the most practical options for teachers who don't have the time or ability to create various sorts of rubrics because they may reuse the same rubrics for many projects or assignments. So, a generic rubric can be used to evaluate how a peer or classmates or group mates to evaluate a student's jobs or performance. So, that is the general rubric. So, that is the answer to question number 33. So, why it does not why it is not analytic? So, it is because the analytic, each criterion is used to evaluate a student's work, providing detailed information. So, comment on a student's work or performance on a variety of levels. This method is best used for evaluating complicated performance or products. So, one benefit is that it identifies a student's strengths and places for growth. So, based on established requirements, analytical rubric scoring, on the other hand, would take longer than holistic rubric to complete. So, the analytic rubric is very, it takes time to establish. So, it is not suitable for the question number 33. So, why it is not holistic rubric? So, it's because the factors are used to evaluate a student's performance or output at the same time. As a result, a single score is given based on an overall assessment of the quality of the student's work. So it does not give a score for each criterion. One benefit of a holistic rubric is that it is simple to create and used by teachers. So, however, it does not provide information about pupils' unique strengths and shortcomings and hence may not be useful, be as competent and beneficial in assessing them in boosting their performance. So, it is also not suited for the question number 33 because it will not boost their performance. They will not know what are their strengths and weaknesses. So that is the although holistic rubric is very easy to construct. So why? So last, why it is not a task-specific rubric? So a task-specific rubric, it includes criteria particular to the performance task being evaluated. So this type of rubric is ideal for education and formative evaluation since it gives students feedback on the elements of their performance or work they need to improve. So teachers must spend effort to establish analytic rubrics. So one rubric may be used just for oral presentations, while another may be used for research output. So that is the question number 33. So now let's proceed to the question number 34. So the question is, teacher Romel categorizes the student's scores into a very high, average, low, and very low. So he practices the use of A. Speed test, B. Power test, C. Norm reference test, D. Criterions reference test. So the correct answer is Criterions reference test, letter D. So why it is the answer? So, It is because the criterion reference test is a type of test that uses test results to make a statement about the behavior that a person's that score can expect. So criterion reference tests include most test quizzes written by school teachers. Criterion reference tests evaluate a person's knowledge or skills to a set of present standards, learning objectives, performance levels, or other criteria. So on criterion reference assessments, each of students' performance is directly compared to the standard without regard for how other students do on the test. So that is the um, criterion reference test. So that is the answer. So why it is not speed test? Because speed test is a grading tool that consists of a series of relatively simple questions that must have answered in a short amount of time. So speed tests are used to see how quickly someone can complete a set of tasks in a certain amount of time. Under jurors, speed tests are used to examine a person's ability to process information quickly and accurately. So obviously, it is not suited for the answer of question number 34. So, why it is not power test? So, power test refers to a measurement tool made up of numerous objects that is used without regard to time. So, respondents have lengthy period, if not a limitless amount of time to solve each items. So, thus, they can usually attempt all of them. It is a form of test that is used to determine a participant's degree of knowledge of a subject under minimal or no time constraints. So, unlike speed test, power test is have a long time. So, speed test is have a very short time to answer a test, and power test is they have a plenty of time. So, but it is not also suited for the answer to question number 34. So, last, why it is not a norm reference test? Because a norm reference test is a type of test, assessment, or evaluation that determines where the tested individuals falls within defined group in terms of the attribute being evaluated. So assigning results to such evaluations referred to as relative grading marking on a curve or grading on a curve. So that is the norm reference test. So that's all, and thank you.